All right, in the past I've showed you how to use N8N to autofill templates in Canva and then post them to HighLevel social media planner. There's an easier way to do it now. Now, since the last video that I made, Canva actually doesn't work with autofill unless you're on the enterprise plan. And I had a guy in the comments yesterday who said a disclaimer saying that you need an enterprise plan would be useful. However, when I made the video, it wasn't the case. But then he also mentioned how to apply to be able to use the autofill. So I applied. I haven't heard back yet, but I'll just show you how to do that before we jump into this video. So if you're over here on canva.dev, just go into your integrations and go to scopes, go to the bottom, click register for access. And the only thing you have to fill out is why you want access. And then I guess they'll choose whether they want to grant you access or not. So that's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fill in a template in Placid, upload it to HighLevel's media library, and then post it to Facebook with Social Planner for HighLevel. So what we want to do is I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to start a new project. Create a template. Actually, we're going to go... All right, we're going to add a new project. N8N. New demo. All right, then we just click create template. Just going to take from the pre-designed ones here, but you could of course make your own. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to just move this up. Get rid of this. Excuse me. And then you can turn the pattern off. We can change the color of the background. Whatever works for you. This is what we're going to change though. So we're going to save this. We're going to actually, we'll call this text images. I guess I should just mention, since in the HighLevel planner, you can't make these sort of posts like this, like you can in Facebook directly, where you can just have a Facebook applied background. So all I really do is put the text on a plain background. It works the same, and they get lots of engagement on my pages. So just click save. Close this. And then in N8N we're going to, now of course you could do a schedule and then an AI node to come up with the text that you want to put in there. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to show you using a form the text that you want to fill into that template that we just made. So we're just passing it on to Placid to get the image created. I'm downloading that image, uploading it to HighLevel's media library, and then posting it to HighLevel. So in previous videos, we made this all complicated because it was difficult to upload to HighLevel's media library. It wasn't letting me for whatever reason. So I would go into Tinify or some other service, download the picture from there, then upload it to HighLevel so that it worked for sure. But as long as it's in HighLevel's media library, it'll work on the social media posts. So a little demo then on how this works, and then we'll build this. So we're just going to execute this step. You're going to execute the workflow, okay? Then we have the form. So the text, we just want to write in anything. This is a test text image. And then the posting date that we want it to post, let's just pick a month from now. Submit that. It's going to run off to Placid. Make that image, download the image, upload it to HighLevel, and then post it to HighLevel. And then we'll take a look in HighLevel at that post. So let's head over and do that. Post it into this account. There's This is a text image, exactly what we asked for. So we can walk through this step by step. Actually, we could just build it again so that you've got it from scratch, and then I'll show you exactly how to get all of the codes that you need, all the API keys and all that kind of stuff. But the first thing we actually should do is we'll need to go to N8N settings. And I'm just going to do this in another window because then I don't close that workflow. Ignore this failure. That's just because I was making a workflow that ran over and over again and it wasn't working. My workflows don't all fail all the time. Settings. And then you go to community nodes. And then we need to install the Placid one. So it's just n8n-nodes-placid. So you just click install, type that in like that. Click that you understand and install. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a form. We'll add a trigger. And then we're going to just call this form text images. Don't need a description. Then we need a spot to put our text that we want to transform. And then we want a posting date to post it to social media. So we're just going to call this posting date. And we'll call it date. And that's all we need there. And then let's just run this so that we have some info in here to work with. This is a test image. And again, just pick a date in the future so that we can easily find it and delete it later. All right. Then we're going to add Placid. And we're just doing an image option here, so image action. So create an image from a template. And then we will create a new credential. So go back into your Placid account. And then with that image we just made, click integrate. Integrate. All right. Here's our API token. So copy it back into N8N and just paste it in there. That is it. So it's an image, we're going to create it, and then the template that you just made, when we called it text images, if you remember. All right, then for the layers, it's just text. And then down here we just have to select, just go to text, and it's the text content. Now, from this node, you can change the font, you can change the color, you can change the visibility. But for the purposes of this, we're just doing the content, and the content was this from the form. So then we're just going to click execute. And it takes just a few seconds. It gives you a link with that image, but I want to just download the image into a binary file so we can use it as a binary file. So to do that, we're just going to do an HTTP request, leave it on get, bring that image URL in here, and hit execute, and then we can take a look at it. And that's exactly what we just created. All right. Then we're going to upload it to HighLevel's media library. So to do that, we are going to we're going to go into, first we're going to go into HighLevel. Then we are going to go into settings, private integrations, and we're going to create a new one. And we are going to, I need the media library scopes and I need the social media scope. So we're going to call this N8N. And then we're going to start selecting those scopes. So let's go social. So we want view social, edit social, view accounts, edit accounts. We might as well just select all the social media ones. Okay, and then I also need media, view media, and edit media. Create. All right, there's our API key. So we are going to go back over here. We're going to do an HTTP request. It's going to be post. The endpoint I had back up here. So just copy this. I will have in the description an easy to follow file so that you can just copy and paste these things. Okay, and then we need the following headers. So accept, version, and authorization. So we just go assign headers, accept, version, authorization. For authorization, it's bearer, space, and the API key we just got there. This is application/JSON, and the version is this here. Okay, then we need to send the body, and we're using the form, and we have to send. Now, hosted we're saying is false because we're going to do a binary file. You got to put a parameter of form data, name is hosted, value is false, and then parameter binary file, its name is file, and then it's data from the previous node. So we'll just run through that real quick here. We'll go form data, hosted, false, binary data, file, and then you see here whatever this is called is what we want to use down here. It's usually called data. Yeah, that should work. This is all we need. So let's execute and see what happens. Cool. Then, now this is easy because they just give us back the URL to the storage library. So if I copy this and put it in a new tab, that's the image that we want. If we go into HighLevel and look at our media library, you'll see it's there. Next step's going to be to put it into the social planner. So we're just going to do another HTTP request. Also a post. All right, then I just need, for this one we actually need to go get the location ID. So, going to get rid of this location, and we're going to go back into HighLevel, go to settings, go to, it's on the business profile. You just copy this location ID, and then we just put it in here. And then we're going to do the same thing with accept, authorization, and version. So send headers, accept, application, JSON, version, authorization, and for the authorization, we're just going to grab it from the previous one. And the version here, and then we're going to send body. The body is using JSON, and then I'm going to just copy this. I'll put this, it'll be in the file in the description, so you can just copy it. This is for Facebook, or would work for Instagram. There's a different way to do this for, there's different values you need in here if you're going to do TikTok or Google My Business. So first we need the account ID. So how are we going to get that? We are going to there's an HTTP request you could do to get it. We are going to, this is HighLevel's documentation. So on the social planner, you go to account, get accounts, and then we want to use the location ID that we had just got here. We'll put that there, and then we're gonna put in that authorization key. And I'll link to this page as well, so you can just do this from here. So then you can click send request, and we'll have all of our accounts right here. So you can see there's my Facebook page. So I just want the ID from right here. So we'll just copy that, and we will put that into the account ID. Okay, you do need a user ID too. So go back into your HighLevel account, go to my staff, and then just the user ID is right here. You can copy that, and you can put it there. And then we just need the URL for the media, which is what we just uploaded to HighLevel. So we're just going to go to the last node, grab the URL. The summary, this is the caption, and we really don't need one because the image is the caption. And then the scheduled date, we need it in ISO format, and we need this posting date here, so it's on form submission 1. We'll change it. You just want this JSON at the end here is just to, or this in the, sorry, in this expression here, this is just to change it to an ISO string. So we're making a new date, and it's from this node. So just change your node name. And if you had the field called something else, then change that there. Okay, so now this should work. Let's give it a test. Authorization failed. Shouldn't, because I selected all of the oh, I spelled version wrong. Sometimes that's all it is. Okay, so it worked. Now when we're back in here and we go to social media, there is the post for Facebook. And I will just end up deleting this now so I don't forget. But that is how you make a post in a text-based image post in Placid and send it on over to HighLevel. Now, if you want to use HighLevel Social Planner and not the rest of the tools, I can get you access to the Social Planner for just $29 for the year. So I'll put a link for that in the description as well. And you can post to Facebook, Instagram, Google My Business, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. And you can do it all through the API, or you can do it directly in here in the planner. You can upload them from a CSV. You can post your reviews. So if we go in here to make a post, and I just want to do Facebook, I mean, you can do all your accounts if you want. Write out your content. And then you upload the images to your media library. There's the one we just did. You can choose between feed, reel, or story. And you can also do those options in the API as well. I didn't really mention that when I was over here. But when we were looking at this for Facebook, you just change this type to story or reel, or leave it as post. Obviously, if it's a reel, it could be a video. As a post, it could be a video too, so you just change this to video/MP4. Video/MP4 if you want it to be a video. And you would upload the video to the media library the exact same way. So it's just a lot easier. Before, I was doing all kinds of things like uploading it to Google Drive and re-downloading it so that I had links and all kinds of stuff like that. But this just makes it so much easier to upload it directly to the media library. They now give you the link, and it's super simple. So if that's helpful or you have any questions, just post it in the comments down below and I'll get back to you. Thanks. See you next time.